All right. Hopefully this is working. Let me double check. I'm just playing with OBS settings and stuff at the moment. Uh, trying to get stuff squared away. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm, yeah, I know you can't see me today because, it's the weekend. I'm not doing makeup. I'm not doing hair. I'm just trying to set up OBS. So, this is Palia. And yes, I have my announcements up because it is still in beta, even though it's an open beta. Um, I just leave the settings up or the announcements up in case there's something I missed in the Discord or whatever. I can do that. Or if you don't want that, you can put show only new announcements and you can check that box there. I don't want to because, eh. So that's my phone going off. Somebody's like, "Ooh, you're streaming? You haven't streamed in a long time." No kidding. So let me turn my phone down. That's important. All right. So this is my machines. I am doing my existing tune, which is pretty advanced in the game, but I do plan on starting a series with Palia of from the beginning. So there's that. I just looked at that and I'm going to look at it again because I wasn't paying attention. Apples are ready. Apple Apple jam is a good little money maker. It's 144 gold if you get starred, and I usually put starred apples in it because I'm not using them for anything else. A regular apple sells for 96. The jam sells for 96 regular, but 144. Where did it go? It's in here somewhere. There it is. 144 product value if you get the starred. So that's why I make an apple jam. And I keep these machines filled. I only have 3 apple trees. Now the pickled potatoes. I have lots of potatoes. But I use the pickled potatoes for food because they are 405 focus points. That fills up my bar halfway at this point on this avatar. So, and I'm doing pickled potatoes, or pickled tomatoes, sorry. I'm going to sell those as well because at the normal price are the 34 gold, but at star value adds more onto that. I don't have any currently made, but they nerfed the tomatoes. Tomato seeds used to go for a fair bit, but they don't anymore. And then I've got all my machines hooked up over here. I don't have anything in the hoppers, I don't think, at the moment. Let's see, the glass makers are empty. I got 2 glass makers, 1 planks. I didn't get the advanced sawmill because I really don't need it. I don't make planks that often. And when I do, I just chuck a whole bunch of wood in there at the same time and let it run. Go do something else. I got my modification bench. I got my crafting for fabric. Silk. I'm out of silk. Let's make some. It takes 5 silk thread to make a silk, which means I gotta go catch some more bugs. And of course I got my regular crafting table with all my furniture and tools and stuff in it. And then I've got all my chests. My max right now is 10,000 because I splurged and got the higher level chests. I can sell those pickled potatoes. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to chuck those in the bin. I'm going to chuck the apples in the bin. That's 780 for no work at all. I mean, yeah, there's no work to it. So that's my machines. And then this is my main house. And I keep them separate because for a while there, people were glitching into your properties and stealing your stuff. So it didn't happen to me, but never can be only safe. So this is my little garden, and I come in here and harvest all this stuff every couple hours. I'm gonna put a tomato there because I want a tomato there rather than a potato. I love Palia first. I don't like the lights turning on and off because, especially in my garden, because I'll walk by and I'll be harvesting and I'll turn off a light and I'm like, I don't want that off right now. Thanks. So yeah. Eventually I'm going to get rid of this tomato plant here that I'm hovering over. And I'm going to replace it with potatoes. And then I'm going to get rid of this potato and place tomatoes on the outside. That will keep the whole garden watered fairly decently, I think. We'll see. So, I'm out of tomatoes. Like I say, I don't make tomato seeds anymore, so I'll have to go buy those. Got lots of potatoes though. So let me put down the potatoes. Gotta get out my little hoe. Why won't you go there? I gotta till that first. What? I have tilled that. Ah ha ha ha, I didn't till it all the way. That's why. Alright, so there's that. I'm gonna put a tomato there. I'm gonna put a potato there. A potato in the middle and tomatoes on the outside. Yeah. And these are tomatoes as well. And I don't have any tomato seeds, so I gotta go get some. Alright. To put my tool away, I just hit X on my keyboard and that puts my tools away. So this is my little Hecla tent, by the way. I kind of, my imaginary Hecla is in here since I can't have a relationship with her. I made her a little home. So, out of all makeshift stuff. Let's go to Zeki's. Let's throw this in the bin too, why not? Actually, since we're going to Zeki's, I'm going to take this out of the bin and just sell it at Zeki's. Zoom, zoom. Four Palians ahead of me. Yay! Wow, my stream is, I've got it running on my other computer so I can check. I can't hear, so I'm hoping that my sound is okay. If not, I'll make some adjustments later. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Heading out to go to Zeki's. Yay. And in case you didn't know, in Palia, if you hit the backslash key, which is right under the question mark, it's lowercase of the question mark. I don't want to join party. No. Love you, Francis, but not right now. If you hit the backslash, you auto run, and you don't have to sit and hold the W key to walk. And I came in here for tomatoes. Yes. I wish you could bulk buy, but at the moment you just have to keep pushing purchase, purchase, purchase. And yeah, for now it's okay. It's a beta. So also I'm just gonna fill this stream with little tips and tricks that I've found because I have lack of better things to do. If you're out and about and you get stuck somewhere and can't move, or you just don't find a stables, by the way, let me run over here real quick. This is a stables that I'm going to, you see a little horseshoe on my compass at the top? That's a stables. And what you can do at the stables is go here, and for 10 coins you can go home. 10 coins ain't much. So, and you can go to all these other places. Right now they got the Magi Market going on, or Mahi, I don't know how to pronounce it. They got the market going on, so that's in here. Normally this isn't here, but as long as the event's going on, it will be here, and you can go for 25. But I could go home for 10, or if I'm out somewhere away from the stables and I just don't want to walk, I can hit M on my keyboard and return home, and I can return home for free. So I didn't need to do that. You can only do that once every 30 minutes. So you can't just return home free all the time. It's once every 30 minutes, but it's there if you need it. I got stuck in the floor one time and I was like, help, what do I do? What do I do? And if that happens, you just hit enter on your keyboard and type backslash unstuck. And it will move you to a different position, see, and get you unstuck from wherever you're at. And there's a bunch of backslash commands. I don't know them all. Block, unblock, kudos, report, yes, wave, surprise, point, no, laugh, clap, sit. I like the sit, by the way. You can type backslash sit and have a squat on the ground, and it's kind of, I'm old school. Sorry. I was told this is cross-legged sitting, not Indian style, which is what we called it when we were kids. I'm over 40, so sorry. It's cross-legged sitting. And it kind of makes sense because you are cross-legged. So pretty cool. Let me plant these tomatoes real quick. And what I did there was I hit one. I scrolled in my hotbar. See how it's scrolling? I'm using my middle mouse wheel to scroll. And I scroll until I see my tomato seeds, and then I tap the corresponding number to highlight it. And then I just left click where I want to plant them, and boom, they go down just perfectly easy. I need to replace this tomato plant here with a potato. So it's tomato, potato, tomato, potato. Yeah, in a grid style. And then I'm going to have tomatoes along the outer side, potatoes along the inner side, except for this box here, which is going to be opposite just for aesthetics. All right, let's water real quick. And I have the upgraded watering can, so I don't have to be precise and go right to the plant and water just that one. I can go in the middle and water 9 at a time. So that comes after you've leveled up a few times in farming. You have to buy the recipe, of course. Oh, look, there's a potato I can plant, or tomato I can plant right there. And to pull up my watering can, of course, I'm holding down R and selecting it from the menu. Sorry, if some of my stuff is pretty rudimentary, I know a lot of people haven't played this game yet, and it's really, really cute, and you guys know how I love cozy games. So, oh, and by the way, in the back of your property, I'm going to pull up my H menu here. In the back of the property, see under these trees here, there's a little pond and you can fill up your water can there. So I put my garden back at the back of my property so it's kind of out of the way. You also have a little watering hole down here in the front corner. And you have obviously the teeny tiny watering hole kind of almost in the middle of the property-ish. It's kind of prominent there. And the tutorial tells you to fill up your water can here, but you can fill it up at any one of these ponds. Also, a lot of people did not know. I'm going to put my watering can away by hitting X again. A lot of people didn't know you can fish in the little front pond, in the bigger front pond. There's two ponds in the front, and you can fish here. So, like, if you're just learning to fish like I was when I first started, I was kind of self conscious, going, oh my gosh, I'm going to make a fool out of myself trying to fish. I just practiced in my own homestead, until I was like pretty confident that I knew how to do this. And by the way, to do this, don't follow the fish like I just tried to do. Follow the bobber. So you want to keep your bobber in between the two little brackets. The tutorial will tell you the fish. Keep the fish between the brackets. No, keep the bobber between the brackets. It's easier. So, see my bobber? I'm just watching the bobber and keeping it between the brackets, and I get a perfect catch almost every time. So, this is how I made money at the beginning, was I would go fishing and fish up a bunch of fish, and I would come over here to my grill and just grill them up. So I just leveled up fishing a little bit, and now I'm leveling up cooking. And it takes about 15 seconds. So basically nowadays I just stand in the middle and I go in a circle and fill up all these grills with fish, and then I harvest them and fill them up again as I'm harvesting them, and it works out pretty well. And the fish is, that one's worth 69 gold. That doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you have 50 fish in your inventory to cook, 69 times 50, it adds up to a lot of money. So that's how I made my money in the beginning. And I'm just going to throw this fish in the bin because I don't use them anymore. I used to keep them for food. I don't do that anymore because I'm using a bit bigger food on this avatar now. Whenever when I start streaming a new tune, I will be using fish and mushrooms for food. I don't know if you just heard that. That rooster crowing means it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Always, always, always a rooster crow at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, if I'm fishing in my pond over there, and I got 50 fish in my inventory, I know it's time to stop fishing, get to the grill up all those fish, throw them in the bin because they're going to go out at 6 o'clock in the morning. So 1 hour in the game, or 1 hour in real life, is a day. Okay. So basically I could fish for 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, and then grill up the fish real quick, throw them in the bin, and they go out at 6 o'clock. The bin goes out at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. and you don't have to run all the way to Zecky's to sell your stuff. So if it's not pressing that you need the money or you're going by Zecky's anyway, I just chuck it in the bin. Um, Also, at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., your garden either needs to be harvested or watered. Okay, depending on the time. So, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now? Like I say, I'm pretty much using this stream just to check my OBS settings and make sure everything's kosher there and working all properly and stuff because it has been 11 months since I streamed. So, um, oh, okay. The other thing that people don't understand, this little billboard, you go up to it and hit F, and it has all of your friends, and if they are at their home, they will not have a lock button here. Or, well, sometimes even if they're at their home, they'll have a lock button because you can lock your house. But if they are home and their lot is open, it will not have a lock button. And like, I can press on Xanther and go visit him. Actually, let's do that. Why not? Nobody's watching, right? Xanther's gonna watch this later and go, "Oh, who's on YouTube?" So he didn't see me. I'm gonna pull up my friends and I'm gonna say, "Hi, I'm streaming on YouTube." So, and to wave, all you have to do is press T, and my wave is in the middle, so I know that's my go-to. Now, if I wanted to clap, I would hold T and select clap. And Xanther says, "Hi, YouTube." This is Xanther's house. It's so cute. This is one of the things that we got at the Magi Market or Mahi Market, whatever. It's really, really cute. It doesn't match my house and it's not customizable, so I don't have mine out. I love the arch there. And everybody gets a tent. That's going to be your first home, is your tent. He's got a mushroom still. Now, if you go to somebody's house and they have mushrooms, don't pick it. But if you go to somebody's house and they have vegetables and that are not watered, you can take out your watering can and water their vegetables for them. He's like, "Don't water my stuff. Don't do that." No, he didn't say that. I'm kidding. So he says, "I finally found that starred chop of meat." And I said, "Awesome." I know he'd been looking for a bit. Uh, yeah, I told him, I don't know if you can read the chat because it is so small and it's not customizable yet. I said, he says, "I was hunting yesterday and was sad, and I came home and there was some in my storage." And I said, "Well, I'm just streaming to myself a bit because I needed checking my OBS settings and such." And he said, "Okay, settings are all right." I don't know yet. We'll see when I watch the stream. later. He says, settings are all right. I said, I don't know yet. I'll see when I watch the stream later because I have no idea. I mean, I can look at my other computer and tell the picture's okay. The picture looks okay. I can see my cursor. It's a little blurry, but it may be my monitor over there that's blurry. So I don't know. That monitor over there on my other computer is fixing to go out. Let me drag it down to the, oh, it looks good on the 4K. It is a little blurry around the edges, so I might need to fix that. Let me tell him, thanks for letting me visit. Thanks for letting me visit, hugs. And let's, now, again with the billboard, you can hit F and return home. But I don't want to. Well, let me do it anyway, because I'll show you a thing that, oh, maybe I won't show you the thing. Sometimes when you return home, there's no floor in your house. Of course, again, this is a beta. I get it. But yeah, it's like a clear floor and you can see, everybody says it looks like water because you can see the reflection of the hills and the mountains and the trees and stuff, the permanent stuff. And it's just confusing. But oof, boy, that stream is, it gets really grainy whenever I move. I'm not ADHD, I promise. It just sounds like it. All right, so let's go down into Kilima. And every time I go down into Kilima, I do a couple of things. Well, not every time, but most of the time when I get going Kilima, I will repair my tools at Sifu's because it only costs a few coins. Now, I could repair the tools using a repair station that I made at my home. However, it costs repair kits, and the repair kits are more than the coins. See, it would take me 28 repair kits to fix this hoe, the little bit of fishing rod, and about less than half of my watering can. 28 repair kits to fix all of that, or 67 coins. Hello. I'm going to do 67 coins. Just saying. So, and when you're new in Palia, when you come down into the town and it's not 6:30 in the morning, be sure and talk to every villager you can see because you want to get your relationships up with all of these NPCs as soon as possible. Because rather quickly they're going to tell you to get a shep. And a shep is like a sponsor to become a citizen of this world.
Catching a new fish.
So I'm just going to talk to Einar because I know he's here. And he says, I find that even the briefest of conversations with you bring me closer to the oneness. Now, he's very nice to me because I'm level 4 friends with him and he's in love with me. So I'm going to chat with him. He says, I enjoyed meeting the fish you brought me very much, but I desired to let him go. I brought him a fish. If he mates, he'll create even more amusing fish for us to experience and enjoy. That's cute. So now I'm going to flirt with him to bring up my romance level. Of course, my romance level is maxed, so it's not going to come up anymore. So I'm going to flirt with him. And he says, yes, Dix. And I say, you're really tall. Ooh, this is a compliment. Yes, I enjoy how compact you are. It's useful to fit into small spaces such as buildings and beds.
Until we can experience togetherness again.
And yeah, he's talking about going to bed. Excuse me, this is a game that's 10 plus. Ages 10 plus can play this game. And usually when I come talk to Einar, I also go down here and pick these Crystal Lake lotuses. Even at a high level, the Fisherman's Brew recipe is very profitable. Whoops, I'm gonna drown. Don't drown. I almost drowned. So I just go around and pick the Crystal Lake lotuses and I pick up the emerald carpet moss. And sometimes I'll hit this clay and grab some clay while I'm at it. But with the clay, when you're brand new, it's a precious resource. So I hit it once and claim it. And I will go around and look for other stuff. And whenever I come back around, if it's still here, I will go ahead and hit it again. But I want to leave it for the new people. I don't want to take all their resources. So I just hit it once and knock it down quite a bit. And I'll make another trip around collecting this moss and lilies. It's just something nice I do. You can go ahead and harvest it. There's nothing wrong about that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You can go ahead and harvest the whole thing. Like I say, there's nobody around but me, so I'm just going to go ahead and harvest. And this gives you clay, and clay gives you ceramic whenever you refine it in your homestead. So if somebody would have come and hit these after me, it would have just been a pile of rubble and I'd pick up my loot and keep going. But nobody hit them, so nobody's interested at the moment. And they will respawn, so no worries there. Let's see. I have other ones over here, I think. Yeah. I'll go ahead and hit them. Now, if I would leave and come back later, they would be a pile of rubble here if somebody else hit them. I would just have to return to the same server again. So yeah, I'm running around this thing one more time. Oops. These flowers give off a sound. If you can hear that. So it's good to play this game with the sound. See, I picked it. Sound's gone. It's good to play this game with the sound because you might miss something that you didn't see hiding in the bushes. Everything gives... Oh, foraging level 17. There we go. Yeah, everything gives off a sound. Like this little flower here. Hear that? Yeah. So, and the bugs, if you scare them, they will have an alert and show you where they're at. I scared that choppa. I scared him. Oh look, there's Tish. Hi Tish.
You're making me blush.
I dated Tish too. I dated all of the dateable characters on this one.
Chatting with you is better
Yes.
than pie.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I've got to so fix my video settings. I'm looking at the other monitor and it's really blurry. Really blurry. It's like I'm dropping frames or something, or not dropping whole frames, but dropping pixels. Oh, looky there. Come here, Buggy. I did move my toolbar around because sometimes you'll see a bug out in the wild that you want. And the default The default on the toolbar is the axe is in the middle, so if you just tap R, the axe automatically comes up. But for me, if I tap R, my bug bombs come up. It's just more comfortable for me. Again, it's a cozy game. You play how you want. You know? There's no right or wrong to this game. And you can go at your own pace. If you're crazy like me, you'll go at it hardcore for like 2 weeks and get sick of it.
I am so glad to see you.
And I'm just blowing through Kenley's dialogue because he's just silly. This is Kenyatta. All the boys love her. Don't know why. Don't know why. She's a bit sassy.
Let's get matching shark tooth necklaces.
Today just seems to drag on and on. How do you stand it? I opted to chat, and she says, sure, we can talk. I'm so bored I could literally have a conversation about paint drying, and it would seem thrilling. I mean, obviously. Have you noticed that sometimes paint looks totally different color when it's dry than when it's wet?
Yeah.
Yep, pretty fascinating stuff. So I'm going to flirt with her. Kenyatta says, today feels like it's lasting forever. And then I have options. I can say, you're cute when you pout, or should I entertain you? Should I entertain you? She says, pfft. You're always entertaining, and I don't even mean that in a bad way. Again, I'm level 4 relationship with her, so
Look sharp out there.
we're
Detective.
basically lovers. You know, we're past the going steady part. That's Tish again. See, I'm looking at my other screen, and when I'm not moving, the picture's pretty good, but whenever I'm moving, it's quite pixelated. I don't know if if y'all are seeing that too, let me know in the comments so that I can adjust and fix things, because I really do want to stream this game. I want to stream lots of games. I am home full time now. So, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not digging that it's grainy. It does not look like that on my screen at all. At all. So, let's see. All right. So, I'm back in my house. My normal routine here is to run and check my garden. And to run, I just tap the shift key, and then to run slower, I tap the shift key again and let up. I don't have to hold it down. Oh, yeah, the garden needs weeding, it needs harvesting. So, oh, I'm out of focus. You want to make sure your focus bar in the top left under your name is full. So whenever you see that empty or hear the notification that it's empty, I missed it. You want to eat something and fill that bar back up if you can, because you gain more experience whenever you do actions, whenever you have focus. I'm just going to go around and harvest everything. I don't know if you noticed the sound before I harvested. When your garden's ready, it's ready. Whoa. Okay. I had to hoe that one because sometimes I think it's every 4 harvests. It might be every 5. When you harvest something, it'll get rid of your hoeing. So you got to re-hoe. I'm going to put all this stuff in my storage that I just picked up, except for what I'm going to sell. I'm going to grab my tomatoes and potato seeds because I need to replant. This one here is going to be a tomato, so I'm going to scroll with my middle mouse wheel. I'm going to find my tomato plants. This is a row of tomatoes, a row of potatoes soon, a row of tomatoes. So this one is going to be a potato. Potato. And all right, that's tomatoes. That's potatoes. That's tomatoes. And I think everything's planted. If I get this right, my mixing the potatoes and tomatoes, I should not have to water anything anymore. I don't know if you can tell so much in the stream. The darker shiny ground is stuff that is watered by something else. So if you hold G down, you'll see water retain, growth boost, water retain, growth boost. Now the ones that say growth boost, they're getting that growth boost through either the blueberry bush or the apple tree. They're close enough to that to get the boost. The ones that say water retain. Now a potato has water retention buff on it, but it only gives that buff to the plant above it, the plant below it, and the plant to each side, not diagonally. Okay? So if I plant a row of tomatoes, a row of potatoes, and a row of tomatoes, a row of potatoes, blah, 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 keep going, the potatoes will keep the tomatoes watered and the tomatoes will keep the potatoes watered, if that makes sense. So I won't have to water my plants at all anymore until I replant. Then I'll have to water. That's the only time I have to water. And that's the only time I'm really watering here now is pretty much one here or there where I have misplanted. Like this one, this plant right here is going to be a tomato. And this tomato right here is going to be a potato. And when that happens, I won't have to water anything in this section. Until, like I say, it's time to replant. So I'm going to put those back up. I'm going to switch to my machines and stuff lot. Now, my machines and stuff lot is locked to everybody else because nobody needs to see my machines but me. Nobody can use them. So I just keep them for myself over here. I have that one empty. I was doing, like I say earlier, I was doing tomato seeds, but it's not lucrative. It's cheaper for me to buy the tomato seeds at Zacky's, which I need to do again. I'm down to 2 tomato seeds left. But even for replanting, it's just not lucrative to make your own tomato seeds. So I just come and I check all my machines every once in a while, make sure they're still going, make sure there's nothing I can harvest from them. Like I say with the potato preserves, or pickled potatoes, what is it called? Pickled potatoes. With those, I keep 30 in my inventory for me to eat, and the rest I sell. Absolutely. And I just heard one of the machines go off, so I'm gonna check real quick which one that was. I think it's the one that had less than a minute on it. It's the seed maker. And that one's about to go off. 50 seconds. There it is. And I just keep them going all the time. I'm going to sit here and wait on this one because it's so close. And normally if I was streaming and anybody was watching, which they're not, I would be chatting away, but it's kind of like, eh. Usually whenever I stream, I try to also keep up with the chat. I do have the chat up on my screen where I can see it. Yeah. I'm going to minimize this on my other computer so I can see the chat over here. It looks very much better whenever it's minimized. It's not quite as grainy, I don't think. Let me wait and see what it looks like moving around. Yeah, it's kind of grainy still. I'm going to have to fix those settings. I really am. So I got a few things to sell. I'm going to equip my water can and fill it up while I'm here. You don't have to go back to your home lot to sell. You can sell in the bin. The bin's on every layer. But I choose to. I'm going to bring up my crops. I have tons of potato seeds, so I can go ahead and sell those. Those are 360 coins for all 5, or all 12. Not bad. Not a lot, but not bad. These are 3 apple jams for 432, and that's 2 pickled tomatoes for her 102, total of 894, just under 1,000 coins. I'm gonna throw in some weeds and that bug that I caught. It's 980, still just under 1,000 coins, but that's fine. I can throw in any of this other stuff, but I'm not going to. I try to keep 3 apple tree seeds because I have 3 apple trees. And once I plant one, I go and throw some more apples in the seed maker and make seeds out of them. I try to keep 3 to 5 blueberry seeds for the same reason. That way I've got enough to replace the plants that I currently have. Let's see. What else? What else? My house is crazy. It became a monster. Let me hit the H and zoom out a bit. It started with this middle piece. And then I added the 2 rooms on the sides, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And I had this all moved up to the very, very front. I was like, that's cute, but I want to expand out. So then I added a hallway, which isn't there anymore. Added a hallway and a medium room. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. I put those on the back. I was like, that's cool. You know what? I can make a courtyard. But at the time, there was no back door. So you basically walked into the house and there was a wall here. I have since added the fireplace, but there was a wall there and it was like, oh my gosh, I can't have a back door. So I bought another one of these harvest houses, which was 15K, I think. It was a lot of money at the time. And I tried to add that on the back of this harvest house, just opposite. So I had a front door and a back door that looked exactly the same. Well, you can see how that worked. It didn't. It didn't. So I put that harvest house over here. Sorry, don't want to be in a party again. Sorry. I put that harvest house on this one. But since then, they have come up with a back door for us. So now you can have a little house or medium-sized house or a big one with a back door and a little porch. It's really cool. Now, the one with the porch costs a building slot. Like here, my building limit is 3 of 15 because I have the harvest house and I have the 2 hallway sections. Some reason the back porch is not showing up as a building limit thing, so they may have changed that. Let me see. Let me try that real quick. I'm going to see if I can. You can right click and hold to move your map around, and you can hit Q and E to rotate. So if I want to pick up this porch, which I do, I'm going to pick up the porch. I want to delete it, which will put it back in my inventory. Now I'm going to go back to Hermitage, lead plot, and I'm going to take it out and put it down just for giggles. It's probably going to return some stuff. No, it says building limit reached because I'm 15 of 15. So it does count against my building limit, but it just doesn't show up here. I'm going to have to report that to the devs. Maybe they can fix that. So let me go back to this one. And I'm going to put this back down if I can. Right here. So yeah, I've got a second house, but only because I bought this main piece. Checking to see back when I couldn't make a back door, trying to see if I could make a back door by putting 2 pieces together, and I wasn't able to. And these hallways are the ones that I took out of the Hermitage, my first home. I know it gets confusing. It's like, oh my gosh, there's so many layers. How confusing. But yeah. Let me message Francis and let him know what's going on. And I messaged Francis and told him, sorry I'm not joining. I'm streaming a bit, trying to get my OBS settings working. See, whenever I'm real still, that is a beautiful picture. It looks fantastic. It's not very blurry. It looks great. Blah, 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 blah. But when I move, oof, it gets pixelated. Yeah, too pixely. I'm going to have to figure out what setting that is. I've got a few streamer friends. Maybe somebody's got some advice for me on how to fix that. You hear that? Something's blooming and I don't know what it is. This apple tree will bloom pretty soon. But yeah, the party invites are pretty much for the Magi market or Mahi market, however you pronounce it. I'm going to keep saying that. And at the market, you can get all these cute little things. This little guy, this little plushie here, came as part of a quest, and I didn't have to purchase it. The foods were purchases in Palia. If you have a star food, a food with a star on it, like this one here that I highlighted, you can put it out and people can see it and enjoy it. It's very aesthetic looking. But if it doesn't have a star, you can't do that. So I have another on my other bar here that doesn't have a star. Let me see if I can see. It won't let me put it out because it's not a star. So there's that. And I'm going to pick those up because, yeah, macaroons out in the gazebo would not be a good idea. These little pillows came from the Magi Market as well. I don't like the pillows very much because they kind of just, yeah. They're not like those, was it Squishmallows? Yeah. I thought maybe I could like lean it up against the back of the chair so people could see it better. But yeah, there's my 980 gold. It came through. So, I don't know how long has this been going. Let's see. I'm gonna like it. Started streaming 56 minutes ago, so that's an hour. I'm gonna end the stream and I'm gonna work on my settings a little more. Thanks for whoever watches. Whoa, I got 2 likes? I got 2 likes. What? Somebody's watching. Whoever it is out there, hi. Here we go. I'll give you a Palia hi. Hey. Thanks for watching, whoever that is. Um, I don't see any comments in the comments section, so there we go. Yeah, I don't see any comments, so whoever's watching out there, hi, and thanks for watching. And if you watch this later and you have any tips and tricks for OBS for me, please make a comment. I am new at this and I want to get back to streaming again. I was doing it a little bit 11 months ago, but I really want to get back into it. I think it's fun. I love entertaining people and I love educating people on the games that I love. And I absolutely love Palia. It is new. It is a free game. You don't have to spend any money whatsoever if you don't want to. The outfit that my avatar is wearing, I did pay real life money to buy that. But you don't have to. It does not affect my gameplay at all to have a cute little outfit. I just wanted it. So, whenever I do stream, I will I will be on a brand new tune. I will not spend any real life money on that. So y'all can see what the gameplay is like whenever you don't spend money. And you will find out, you will see that it's no different to spending money on the game. You can if you want to, of course. I did put some money in the game. I put $35 in right when the beta came out because I wanted to show the Singularity 6 team that I appreciate them and I appreciate their art. Yes, programming a game is an art form. all of these beautiful things that you see in this game were done by an artist. And also the programming, of course, in the background and the stuff that runs the game is also an art form. I consider it all art. And that's why I put money in the game. You don't have to unless you want to. So, again, I appreciate you watching. If you're watching, if you're not watching, I appreciate you too. Whatever. I'm easy to get along with. Thank you so much. If you want to see more content, please subscribe. I only have 12 or 13 subscribers at the moment. No big deal if you don't want to. I would appreciate it if you do. It doesn't cost you a dime. Also, the like button, which again, 12 or 13 subscribers really doesn't matter, but I appreciate them. And whenever I look at my stats and see who's subscribed and who's not, I send them little appreciations every once in a while. So I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I will end this stream now. Let me stop streaming. Have a great day, y'all. Be good to each other and yourself.